Hello, welcome back to Crafty Leagues and an Upcrate unboxing. Sorry about my nail varnish, it's all chipped. I'm a few weeks late, so let's get into this. Okay, so we'll start with the Bottle Post magazine, which as usual, full of inspiration and very colourful this time around. I'm calling it like a streety sort of graffiti art, a little bit of sort of abstract, and I'm going to apologise now because I'm going to try and do this voiceover without any editing, so please bear with me. And your artist this time was, our artist I should say, was a Leon Ferron, and we had an Edding acrylic and oil artist pad. Then we had all these pens, which again Edding, and they were Edding acrylics in different sizes and different styles. We had some normal sort of bullet nibbed sort of things, and then we had one that was like a 3D paint, and we also had a pencil. And this is me struggling, really struggling to open these pens. And this is the 3D paint one, which is in this sort of pastel-y yellow, which is called, I don't think it had a name on it. Can't see it. There probably is one, but I cannot see it because I have it in front of me. And then you have, like I said, all the other sort of, there's a chisel tip I think on this one, and then the others like bullet tips. So we had green, pink, like a turquoise, a black, white and the yellow. It's a nice selection of colourful pens, but oh, did I struggle to get these wrappers off. I really struggled. It took me, I think it was about 15 minutes altogether just to take those wrappers off. I'm glad I cut them down so you didn't have to watch me do that for 15 minutes. Now this is the pad. It is an Edding acrylic and oil artist pad, and there was 8 pages within that. And I'm just going to do some samples here for you, so you'll see that happening now. Eventually. Hooray! And it's come out. So this is the black, and it had a chisel tip, and it went down lovely once I eventually got it out. This is the 3D paint, which I struggled a bit with. I mean, once it's dried it looked really nice, but I wouldn't choose to use it in this form anyway. And then you'll see the 2 medium sized, which are the green and the blue, and then you've got the pink and the white. And I'm looking for inspiration here. It was a struggle to come up with anything for the prompt, which was come together. So I looked through Bottle Post, seen this picture of a wolf, and thought I'm going to do something similar. So I did out a drawing. I started with 2 pieces of paper thinking that was going to be plenty, but then I ran out of room for the tail, and because I wanted a nice big bushy tail on my little fox, so I put in a 3rd piece, and then I just lightly drew in, you know, the outline basically. And then there's one thing that didn't come, which was a fine liner, because I didn't know how the paint was going to go over the pencil. So I thought, right, I'm going to go over with I was going to say eyeliner then, with a fine liner, and then I thought, and rub out the pencil, and hopefully that was going to work. But you'll see later I end up going around with thicker lines again, but it did what it needed to do. So I lost some of the recording off my memory thing, and I'm sorry, so it sort of jumped from sketching basically to a green fox, so I apologise in advance. Oops. And I'm painting in with the pink pen. Now I loved the colour, and when it started off it wasn't too bad, and then I realised there's not much ink in here, so I scribbled in to try and get a little bit of coverage. and I come back to it later and I try to get some more pink paint out of there. I went around with the very large black pen, so I'm very proud of myself. I thought I'm not going to try and be excessively careful here. I'm going to give it a bit of a sort of rustic scribbled look in some ways, and I really like how that turned out. I was very happy with that, to be honest. I think if I'd have gone too gently in with it, it wouldn't have matched the painting, or I should say the drawing. And you can see again there I'm trying to get some pink paint out of this pen. I tell you, I swore at it a few times, I do have to say. I even sort of try to pump it onto a bit of a palette and use a brush, anything to get some colour there. I managed to get a little bit, but I'm not happy with it, so I tended to colour a little bit of it with the black. Then I had the blue legs, but I wasn't happy with how the far legs looked, so I coloured them in black, and I think it looked a lot nicer. And again went round and gave a little bit more of a sort of roughness to the outlining, and I don't know, give a bit of texture to everything. Now we're going to have some fun with the 3D paint, and I thought, what am I going to do? I initially had this like Van Gogh feeling going on in my head, and I thought, hang on, I'm not going to be able to do it with what I've got. So I went round, basically just dotted this yellow 3D paint everywhere. Thought, oh, I'll try and mix some colours in, so I pumped to the side and used a paintbrush, but it didn't look good, so I go in with the pen and basically I scribble. Yes, I do, I scribble, and I quite enjoyed it, and a little bit of black to finish it off. So this is what I did with my Upcrate. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time on Crafty Leaks. Bye!